Okay, here we are, John McCagg, Liberty Aid Academy, introducing a new website that I have started that has the debt information on it. So that's brought back. It can't be at Liberty Aid Academy, but I just want you to know where to get it and what's going on over there. Okay? So we're going to go through that tonight. All right. Alex. All right, my homie. All right, Alex, my homie too. My domie. Hello, fellow dome dweller. Uh, so I'm gonna go over this website here and how it works and stuff like that. Because people have been, I haven't been able to put my debt information anywhere for quite a long time, and I got to back up. So, and I know it's important to people. And all right, Dwayne, how you doing? Uh, and this will matter to you, maybe Dwayne or whoever. So, yeah, we're going to go through all this. So, started a new. This website is going to have all the information basically that uh, are very concerned they're going to shut down Liberty Aid Academy if this information is really kind of like brought there. Okay, so the reason for this evolution of this information is a lot of people are like, hey, Tiffany, is it okay to trust pays for a person's rent? Yes, absolutely. 100%. Yes, yes, yes. Tiffany, great question. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. You could use a trust to take money from anywhere and give money to anywhere. There aren't any rules about that except is it legal? You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's the only rule. There are no other rules like that. So that's like previous mindset stuff, which is fine. I'm here deprogramming. The truth sets you free, right? The truth sets you free. And so let's get into this new information that we're getting up here. Uh, so the truth sets you free. That's a Bible quote, anyway. But here's the thing. Who knows the truth? You follow me? You have to know the truth to give it to someone else. If you don't know the truth, you can't give it to someone else. If no one knows the truth, well, you can't be set free. Do you see how that works? So, I think over the last decade at Liberty Aid Academy and all my work, I've shown that, I have the truth. And people there are like, okay, your financial stuff, why are you doing this spiritual stuff with it? Why do that, And I could get that. And what I did was I accepted that. You know what I mean? Like that way of thinking. I was like, oh, right. I could have a church and then no limits, right? No limits to what I could talk about, stuff like that, right? So this is a church. Welcome to the church. JesusChristTrust.net. Okay, JesusChristTrust.net. N-E-T. Okay, that was the URL that they had. So this has the debt information on it and some other things. I'm just going to go through this. And the focus of this is, I know the debt stuff is up here and stuff like that, but, the information I don't put on Liberty Aid Academy, I'm also going to put on the YouTube channel for this church, all that. Dwayne, hey, I want to put on my phone into the trust. Cool, but AT&T told me that I had to put down $1,000. Why do you think this happened? Oh, that happened because you did not build your credit profile for your trust yet. And so they went and checked the credit for your trust and are like, oh, no credit profile. And so you have to, you got to put up a retainer to them, a deposit. I've done the same. Like when I started a trust, I was like, oh, let me see if I need that. I'm sorry. Let me see if what was it? Yeah. Let me see if I can get a phone under the trust name, right? And they wanted $800 deposit. It was Verizon. This was years ago. And then I built the credit profile, and I had to I changed the service to business. You know what I mean? I built a credit profile, and and used another service. Like I wasn't Verizon the first one. Yeah, it was Verizon, but I was like, I ain't paying that $800, so I didn't do it. And so later I was like, oh, you need a phone number and stuff. And I was like, and then I did it again, and I didn't have to put a deposit down. They were just like, okay, here you go. They didn't bring it up. So it's all about the credit profile that makes your ease of journey, easy. Right? It makes it easy. So, good question. And any questions you got, let's do them. It's cool. I'm here for that. So the truth sets you free, right? And if you don't have the truth, you can't help anyone, right? And no one can be free. And, that's what's wrong with all other churches. You follow me? They don't have the truth. They haven't flipped the tables on the bankers. I've done like 50 court cases against the bankers in 1 decade, serving people with testimonials with proof. 1 decade, okay? 1 decade. And I've uncovered every piece of information of the entire system, every single detail, because due to my work of helping people, I'm the first one in America to receive Christ consciousness during this reset loop. I figured out the whole thing, how? Because I'm one with my maker, right? My thoughts are now not aligned with hive mind and fear and stuff like that. No, I'm just connected to God, and so I just know the truth. Especially if someone asks me a question. You see, if someone who is signed to trust asks me a question, what? That's a servant of Christ. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm always given the answer for every single question at that moment. You see, Sat, Chit, and Ananda, right? Those are the three parts of God that one experiences when you have Christ consciousness, right? Sat, power, right? No, knowledge. Sat, S-A-T, and then A-N, right? Sat-an, Satan, right? Well, with all the knowledge, with all the truth. Yeah, that's what that name means. You give it knowledge. Sat, Chit, power, right? Chit is power. Ananda is bliss, right? You get the bliss of God, right? God is the pusher, right? Give me that bliss, please. Infinite bliss, right? Infinite knowledge, infinite bliss, and infinite power. And so, just Ayan, okay. Finally caught alive. Cool. Hey, glad you made it. Dwayne, hey, I caught a great live chat with Chuck. All right, great. Welcome aboard. Any thoughts, questions, or whatever? I'm focusing on this new website we just opened up. Has dead information, other information on it. But what I'm trying to, it's not. I lost my ego in the process. You know what I mean? And so I had a client come to me, a student come to me recently and say, what? Asked about a business model, and something to do with product and stuff like that. And I was like, here's the thing: you sign the trust, right? You know what your business is if someone wants to be successful. Like I have been successful for 1 decade straight now, only taking donations for my work. So it worked. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be getting any more donations otherwise. So I have the proof of that information. That I've gone up against the bankers, I'm not dead, all that information, all the proof I posted, all the information, all the truth, and so on. So, but through Liberty Aid Academy, it's just so much more truth that I have. It's kind of like narrow, right? It's not focused on God or spirituality and stuff like that. It doesn't, that's a confusing element for some people there. So I'm putting all that information over here. And this works the same as Liberty Aid Academy does. I don't want to change hardly anything, as far as workability. We have a classroom, online forum, that comes with anything you get. I like that. You know what I mean? Like, this thing functions like Liberty Aid Academy. So you're used to using that. I know my homies are going to come over here. The people that are interested in this level of truth and so on. And I want it to be easy. Because what we have at Liberty Aid Academy is just working perfectly. You know what I mean? Like, everyone who goes through the process of opening the trust and all that we do is successful. And in a way that doesn't take much of their time. You know what I mean? Like, they learn quickly, they move forward quickly. So we wanted to apply that model to this other information. And at the same time, not create any new system for my team or for you or anything like that. You know what I mean? So it really is like a sister school that's really very much the same. Okay, there's no new learning curve of use or anything of colors. It's, we didn't want to put too much time and energy and money into it, to make it significantly different or whatever, because that would have just, run the prices up. And I have a small team, and the point is to get you the information in a way that is currently successfully working as an interaction between you and me and so on. We're going to expand this website, this church, and so on, to do a lot of things. Let's see, what do we got here? Truth is trust, right? Yeah, trust and faith. Can you buy foreign currency? Yes, of course, absolutely, 100%. There are no limitations on any financial transactions of any way that you could do with the trust, except it has to be legal. That's all. That's the only limitation. There are no other limitations. Good question, but no matter what question I'm asked in that regard, there are no limitations, okay? Just like the God We Trust can do whatever it wants with this money, US/USA Inc., right? They can do whatever they want with their money. They don't report to anyone. You're the same status as, the United States government. That's what. So you have the same level of trust. Only thing is your God is stronger. They have a weak God. That's their problem. That's always their problem. We be 33, the devil, right? That's them. They worship the devil. So anyone who knows the truth, they can deliver the truth. You can't be set free. No one can be set free, except for someone who has the truth. That's why Mayor Baba focused on the only method to be set free in any lifetime is to find a perfect master and gain the knowledge from him. You cannot be set free in any other manner because no one else has the truth. And that's it. He said there is an exception to that rule, it being the incarnation of God is the only one that can be, it doesn't have to be physically present to advance you. In other words, you can take, instead of me, I'm what Mayor Baba calls perfect master, right? Which means what? It's the opposite, right? Master means slave, right? Because on his tomb it says mastery is servitude. So you're a master's servant. You're a servant. That's all it means. You're a great servant. That's what perfect master means. Okay. So, but anyway, the other way to receive that, forward progress from God is to take as your perfect master an incarnation of God. Like, Jesus Christ is my God. I'll get it from him. I don't need you, Jack. Yeah, but you could just go a lot faster with the truth. You follow me? But God can bring you forward at any moment, any second, further than me, whatever, right? But would it do it unless what? Your actions warranted that. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I have achieved what I've achieved, whatever. I make a joke about it, right? We're all captives, right? We're captives in the dome, in this body, in this game, and so on. And it never ends until we are no longer a captive. And so I'm head captive, not captain, right? That's like the worst. That's the worst. I can marry people, you know what I mean? They're like, that's the captain. You know what I mean? Like, you have the truth. You're like, you steer the ship or whatever. But it's not an enviable position in any way, because the word is, you're the head captive. You see what I'm saying? I'm still sent back into the body due to my karma to spend my last time moving people forward. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I said I'd do anything to get home to God. And I was like, you said you'd do anything? I was like, yes, I did. She's like, well, get back in the body and finish up. Uh, as you say, right? Follow orders. Yeah. I have a question. Once you open your trust, do you have any issues with opening up an account with Chase Bank? No. Some branches don't like trust accounts, so I go to another branch. And, you know, good question. But in the instructions of opening a trust, I instruct open that trust, the first trust you open, right? Which for almost everyone should be your first and last name trust, like uh, whatever your name is, like John McKay Trust, okay? Should be your first trust. And you should have that at two separate banks. John McKay Trust should be at Chase and blah. Like I just went to Trustco this week. They were so great. I was 15 minutes in and out of there. I did it at the front desk. I didn't even go in to see anyone. Meanwhile, there was a fake school shooting hoax while I sat in the bank. I saw 50 police cars and 20 ambulances and 3 helicopters. Like, okay. And it literally, I'm not, like YouTube, don't pull this video because if you look up in Florida, what happened a couple days ago, it said, the headline said fake school shooting. I'm not calling it fake. I'm reading the headline, fake school shooting. That's what it said. And it said, oh, there were like 8 schools that got phone calls of fake reports or something like that. I'm like, you couldn't get their phone numbers? Like, what? You're trying to con us that you don't know our phone numbers and listen in to all our phone calls and don't know where we are with our phone. That's the con. Like, what are you talking about? What? So, I mean, I saw columns of like 50 police cars driving like 70 miles an hour down Tamiami at full tilt traffic. We got so much traffic here now in this area because we're the northern city to the southern, hurricane calamity. This place has never had more people in it. It's insane. So many trucks, so many M's, just like, and these cop cars are going through there. I don't know how many people they ran over on the way to the hoax, but it could have been quite a few, is what I'm saying. Anyway, like, whenever I'm doing something out there in public with this trust, things happen like that. But as I went to Trustco, it was like 15 minutes in and out. I literally sat at the front desk, and she was like, "Oh, what are you here to do?" I'm like, "Open up a trust account." And I'm like, and she was like, "Oh yeah, do you have the documents?" Oh, she's like, "Can I see your license?" She's just sitting out there. They open it at a desk like she's, doing appointments. There's, like regular bank, whatever, right? Offices with who you expect to sit down and open an account with and all that crap, right? I give her, I'm just out by the front door, watching everything, watching all this whole giant, school shooting hoax thing. Literally sitting with this woman. And it's so funny. And so she's like, "Oh, can I have your license?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, do you have your trust documents?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I hand them to her. And I'm used to sitting there at a bank, and they're like, "Oh, let me get your stuff together." They give it in there, they make a copy of it. You sit and wait, and you have your appointment, and you click like, I don't know, 500 clicks. You know what I mean? Like, Chase, click. What about this? What about this? What about that? What about? It goes on and on and on for an hour. Like, for real. It's crazy. I bring something to eat, something to read. I do. Something to smoke for after, right? I mean, it's just ridiculous. This lady took my information, and then, like, I was just sitting there talking, and we were like, what is going on? We were just chatting. And she's like, okay, well, we're going to give you this kind of account right here. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, no, I'm opening your account right now. I'm like, what? And she had me out of there quick with a separate, like, 8.5 by 11 of exact instructions how to open your account online, with her card. Like, if you have any trouble getting online and getting your account set up or anything, just call me at the branch. I'm here 9 to 5, da, da, da. You just call me, and I will walk you through anything. I was like, as night and day from Chase or anywhere else. You're walking into another bank like. So, someone asked me in the classroom in the private forum at Liberty Academy, like, what about Chase, and like that kind of a question you just had. I'm like, the answer is, if they don't give you the right interaction, go to another branch or go to another bank. There are plenty of banks and branches and whatever where they treat you super good. I have been almost everywhere I go, I'm treated great. And then some places you go, they just don't know about trust, and they're just like, a lawyer didn't do that, meaning they're a freaking idiot and have very little experience and just don't know anything about trust. And, so that's not going to be your guy or gal, you know what I mean, or your spot. Move along. That's it. That's my answer to that question. So, plenty of great places to go where you can watch apparently school shooting hoaxes from the lobby and stuff. It's crazy. What was that? That was, if you want to look it up, Monday. What day is it? Thursday. That was Monday. Yeah. My appointment was at, I didn't have an appointment. It was a walk-in. They knew I was coming. They could read minds from any distance. Josh, my buddies have been having trouble with Chase. Yeah, go to another branch. That's the deal. Like I say, I recommend going to your bank or your credit union. Credit union, I would never recommend a credit union for anything. I don't see the point in them. They don't have much credit. They don't have many locations. I mean, use them if you want to, if you already have a relationship or whatever, but I don't see the point in them. They're like covert. We're not really evil. It's like, yeah, you are. You know what the only difference there is between a credit union and a bank? And it's only one. It's an accounting thing. There's only one, and it's an accounting thing. Does anyone know? Let's see if anyone knows. I'll get into it later. Right? Difference between banks and credit unions. Let's see if anyone can put up the answer. Challenge. Audience challenge. I love everybody here. George, love you too. That's so good. Yeah, Josh, just go to one that's easy. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Just, yeah. Thanks for the invite. No. Navy Federal Credit Union. Yeah, so if you're already with them, and like, hey, it's my homies, whatever, they know you, try a credit union. Sure, why not? You know what I'm saying? And they don't give you trouble. Okay, so that's fine. Let's see if anybody can tell me, though, there's one single difference between banks and credit unions. There's not a list. There's one. And it's an accounting thing. Let's see who knows it. Let's see if anybody knows it. Edie, Josh, are you buddies with the VA Academy? Yes. I hope Josh is. Deedee's like, is that Josh? That's Deedee, you're so sweet. Okay, so anyway, the truth sets you free, right? So I'm doing this. Ask anything. Your questions are great. Ask about any topic. I'm just introducing JesusChristTrust.net as a sister site to Liberty Aid Academy, and that the debt stuff is over there currently right now. Okay. Credit union is run by the people. No, incorrect answer. George, it's hard for people with no experience to do anything that isn't just what other people do. George, man, this guy comes along and hits the nail on the head every single time. I love it, George. It's exactly the point of doing this church. People ask me, well, how did you get Christ consciousness? How did you become a saint? How did you get this information? How do you know all this? How do you do this? From doing exactly what George just said. I put it this way because someone asked me, I was getting into this. Let's continue with this, what I was getting into before. Someone asked me, should I handle product? And I was like, well, if you sign the trust early, that's not for you. It's not going to work out very well. It might work out okay or whatever, but it's going to be very difficult. Because what can we do? Let me put it another way. I've got 40 years experience in business. I got 2 master's degrees in business. My undergraduate is in business and finance. I post all my proof, my truth, my information. I work 7 days a week. I work hard. Could I just do whatever regular work on the internet or whatever? No. What do I do? One thing, right? I teach miracles, right? Miracles. Right? You can't get out of death and taxes. I've got everyone out of death and taxes. Everyone. No one's died this sign of trust. And so that's why I have to take this in a spiritual direction, because Jesus said everyone has what? Eternal life that comes to him. Eternal life means what? You don't die. You make it to Judgment Day, right? You made it. Whoop, made it. That's what you do. And there's the countdown clock to Judgment Day, right? 2033 is coming up. And that's a really relevant piece of information for people, because if you bought a house with a mortgage, a 30-year mortgage, 10 years ago, you're not going to pay off your house. You're going to die before. This time loop's going to end before. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you got 3 years left to the end of the time loop, why not crash your credit and get over $100,000 in cash? And just be like, well, my credit report's messed up for, 3 years? Who cares? Who cares? I got over $100,000 cash money. Thanks. Screw you, right? There's so many other choices that come out of knowledge of the truth. You see what I'm saying? The truth sets you free because it makes your decisions completely different from how they would be if you didn't have the truth. You see what I'm saying? And only someone with the truth can deliver it. So let's I was saying to this person, what do? You do miracles. Like, just decide. I just decided I'm going to get out of this debt, and how did I start liquidating this information about debt a decade ago? Right? First, what was my tagline? I guarantee to beat any bank or business. Well, who says that? Someone that wants to die, right, or become a saint. One of the two. You see what I'm saying? Some people are like, oh, I want to do what you do, and so on. I'm going to teach that. One of the things I'm going to develop on this website is a ministry school, a course for ministers who will what? Teach you how to do miracles, of course. How else are you going to? You can't get to anyone who's on the other team, or just, or anyone out there. You can't get to anyone unless they see a miracle. They've heard about Jesus. They've seen all the evil pastors, right? You remember your past. You want to. If you physically have a church, if you have a physical church, right? How could you be with Jesus Christ? No. So you're never going to hear the truth from anyone at any physical building church. You're never going to hear it. Jesus never had a church. Oh no, he never had one. He never had a home. Jesus was homeless and churchless. Right? When he would go teach, he would go to somebody else's synagogue. Hey, how's it going? Hey, everybody, guess what? He'd start talking. And that's it. They'd be like, what? And so, the truth sets you free. And so what does this make? All churches closed for COVID. What happened during that time? They desanctified themselves, right? They deconsecrated. You ever seen John Wick movies? And they do some violent action at the hotel where there's no violence, at the safe hotel, right? And the guy allowed it or whatever, and his hotel got deconsecrated. All these churches got deconsecrated on their own action. Do you see what I'm saying? They bowed to the government will. And so what does that make all them? With the devil, period. They're not with God. They're not with Jesus. None of them. No churches of a physical building that have them are with Jesus, period. Because they were like, the government's stronger than my God. Oh, okay, well, why would anyone want to listen to you? Because, listen, the government's a problem. You see, we're a slave to them, right? And they worship the devil. So if you don't know if it's a straight-up war against a spiritual war against the ones in control, because, we have to help the poor, right? Who are the poor? The ones with money. and power. They're the poor, right? They're the poor, right? Because they are evil and greedy, and they're going to hell, right? So we need to. We're not going to save them. They're not savable. They're not salvageable. We can't help them. They're not helpable. They're not. We're not going to help them. We're not going to try even. But the ministry school and the course will teach you how so they can't touch you and so on, and how to make it so you have power over them. Do you follow me? Wherever you go, that's where your ministry is. You see it say wherever you touch the earth and are breathing, that's where your ministry. That's where. You could do it specific methods, I'll teach you, and so on. How to do it basically like street preaching and going out there. And that's what I'm going to start doing myself, because I want to start dropping demons on camera and talking to the devil on camera. You see what I'm saying? Because people just don't go for it. Anything. Like, I've got people out of debt, death, and taxes. Not enough miracles. I don't have hardly any following anywhere. Almost no one in America knows me. You see what I'm saying? Really, almost no one. They just don't. So I have to start dropping demons, you know what I'm saying, and get it on camera, talking to the devil, doing a whole different, I've done all that, right? Obviously, that's how I gain all this information, but I have to start doing it on camera to get the, that level of miracles on truth proof too. But not just that, that's where it begins, right? And so we have to get a free home, and that, in Jesus Christ's name, that whole method, proven, all going, because this is a turf war. You see what I'm saying? There is in the inner circle, there's one of the things in there of that information is how to get a free home with no paperwork using the name of God. That's it. That's how we're going to set people free. I'm going to, start visiting the homeless and turn the homeless into an army. And I'm going to have a little card to hand out. Be like, have you heard, you need a home? You need a free home? And just hand it. This could say free home. And then what? Enter to win. And that's how you do. You just enter to win. Write God's name on the door. That's it. Everybody that's done it has a free home. A free home in 1 day or less, right? You can take more, whatever, but you can get a free home in 1 day with no paperwork. Anyone can. Who signs this trust or uses these methods. Anyone can. It's worked for 100% of the people. 100% of everyone it's worked for. I've even done it. I walked away. Not in jail. No, whatever. They can't do anything. But this church is going to gather the information like Liberty Academy has of all the testimonials and stuff. The point is to gather as much video, information, proof as possible of all these things that have been proven by myself and others, but we just want to make it, so it's, let me click the link and watch, all the things I've told people to do and so on, like, how to get a free home, and then put up like a Ring, doorbell where it gets video or a game tracker and so on. We're going to go through all of that. I want to start focus on the free home stuff. Like, you could just write Jesus Christ on a Freemason door, right? Write it on their halls, write it on all their exterior doors, and then go with your camera when they have a Freemason hall night. It's posted on their door when their meetings are. So you just go there and film the door and see if they can get it or not. Costs you nothing. No risk at all. You don't even have to go for a free home first. You just get a video of a proof of the method of it working using his name. You see what I'm saying? This is a spiritual war they are born to lose. No other church is going straight up against the devil. The devil lost against me. I did not take the $485 million offer. Why? First of all, what a low ball. What are you kidding me? 480? You didn't say billion? What? You didn't say trillion? What? Do you know who I am? The devil dissed me. I don't like to get dissed like that. No, what? $485 million? What are you? That's 2016 dollars. Okay, it's probably like $3 trillion by now. They poured so many dollars on the market, but I'm just saying, hey, don't diss me. Don't sit right next to me. Make me an offer that's like what? Yeah, I'm the only one setting anyone free here. use his name and use these methods. Right? I lost my ego, but I didn't lose my ability to show this is what you do when you say proof. And that takes, some courage. It just does, right? All right, let me see what people are right, but I wanted to get through that. Da, 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 da. Okay. Let's go. I'm going to read this stuff, but listen. What's the difference between a bank and a credit union? Come on. People. Are you with me? Who can answer this, right? Come on. Who can answer this? Type this. It's a simple answer. Come on, who can do this? You got to know everything about your enemy. You have to know everything about them. Come on. Why a church, not just call it a convention? Because I am the saint that works for Jesus Christ for North America. I work for him. People know what a church is. I have to go with their programming. You know what I'm saying, Alex? Like, I have to. I can't just. I would never succeed if I didn't. That's why I use the name Jesus Christ instead of like Mayor Bob or something. They would be like, what? But every knee must bow and every tongue confess to Jesus Christ. There's one supreme name of God. And so you use that name, and that's it. Someone to go out there and what? Take Satan's, the devil's entire kingdom, the whole thing. I'm letting you know, day one of the church, this church will take the entire devil's kingdom, take it away from the devil, all physical property, all the money, everything, all the souls, everything, and give it to Jesus Christ. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Okay? So, just let you know what's going to happen. So let's go through this a little bit here. I have to do over here. My bad. So there's one true church. Why? Because there's only one person that has. Whoops, I'm in the way, aren't I? Let's go over here. Jack, John, whatever your nickname, real name, person's name. Okay. So I'm calling this really one true church because no one else has proven with their work that they know the truth. No one brings up there in a dome what the name Christ means. They don't have proof they went up against the bankers. They don't know judgment. They don't have any truth except for what's written in the book, and everybody has that truth. Don't just keep saying over and over what's in the Bible. That's like the kindergarten primer. That's where you go, oh, okay. And then you go do everything. And you uncover all the truth. Well, that's what I did. I uncovered it all. No one else has done it. You see what I'm saying? Show me who else has done it. You follow who's uncovered all the truth. Who's beaten them. Who has dozens of testimonies of proof of other people beating him using this method. No one has that. So that's why we're using it at church, because I'm with God. I have God's name. I've beaten the devil. The devil has no power over me. And I want you to have the same. You see what I'm saying? Because the financial shit is just so easy. My God, it's so easy. Compared to this other stuff. Your soul is on the line. Your money in the bank. Man, that stuff's easy. You get a Liberty Academy, get the trust in that information, you're good to go on money. You see, that's all figured out. But your soul is on the line. And in 3,986 days, boy, you're going to be in one place or the other or before, right? If you get clipped before, man, you ain't going to heaven. That's for sure. So, Hurricane Ian relief. If anyone wants to donate, as someone did, Roxy Wright made a donation, a very generous donation. Thank you, Roxy. She has, what a great businesswoman, great matriarch. Just had so many stunning, amazing outcomes. From using the trust. To get out of $1 million plus health bill and not have to pay a nickel, and so many other things. So, I'm going to make a video about this, but I promise We watched everybody's home torn apart in hours. Okay, Hurricane Ian. It was the worst thing I ever seen, ever. It really was. I never seen anything like it firsthand. I've been through. That was my ninth hurricane. Uh, I'm sorry. Where I was near the eye, the ninth, where I was near the eye. I meant to say. So, but nothing was anywhere close to what I see. And so FEMA, good old FEMA. This is what I want to say about FEMA, SBA. Okay, they're like, oh, sign up for FEMA. People are like, oh, you could get a FEMA trailer if you're a trailer moser. I was like, what? This is what FEMA did, okay? They come here, see all this shit blown apart, lost you shut, all our belongings, all this stuff, everything. We lost so much, right? But the structure's intact, the main part of it, and we're there, you know? And it's working, it is leaking that much or whatever. Happy to have a home after what I see, okay? I'm not pissed at God, nothing like that. I'm just saying, happy to have a home. I was talking about FEMA, okay? FEMA, they had an inspector come a couple days ago. Inspector come. I'm sorry, that school shooting hoax was Tuesday. I was wrong about that. The inspector come Monday to my house. That's right. School shooting hoax was on Tuesday at 1. That's about what it was, yeah. And so Monday, the FEMA guy come, this Monday, this week. Looked at everything, piles of freaking all the belongings and trash, all the food in the fridge going bad, everything going bad. We were out of power for a week. And just, just piles of everything that used to be things you could use, like a carport and, just so much. 2 sheds and all their contents. You know what FEMA gave? $300. $300. $300. So FEMA and the government is a joke. It's a joke. If you're relying on FEMA or the government, you are straight up, yeah. You're nothing good is going to happen to you. I'm telling you, during this hurricane, this is what happened, okay? There are 2 roads that go north and south in Florida, in this southern Florida. 2. Okay, there's 2 roads. 75, which is an interstate, and 41, which is not an interstate, has lights and stuff, goes through every town north and south, okay? So, have the hurricane, everything floods, all the destruction, right, all that stuff. First day, everybody's like, holy crap, right? And they try to get out of there. And, total devastation. Total. And next day, like, I ran up and brought a bunch of our stuff up, checked on our place, came back to get all our stuff, and wake up the next day. That night, the levee bust. And so 75, one of 2 roads, right? One of 2 roads. So 75 is the interstate, so that's where all the traffic is, what needs to be, because everyone is evacuating. Everyone. The whole South Florida on the West Coast is evacuating, because nothing is open. There's no electric. There's nothing. There's no food. There's nothing. And your house probably got destroyed, right? So everyone's driving up here, and everyone's trying to get to 75, because it's the interstate, because the traffic is ungodly. You know what I'm saying? And so, but everyone has to go up Tamiami, the other road. And there's all kinds of police and military everywhere directing traffic and all this shit. Nowhere did they have one sign up that says 75 is closed. They could have put it on a piece of plywood, anything. They wasted. So, they put so many lives in jeopardy. You see what I'm saying? What they did is because they didn't tell anyone. They didn't use the early warning system. Nothing. They sent us all to the flood. Did anyone say that yet? They sent us all to our death. That's what the government did. Do you get that? Anyone say that yet? I'm not on social media. You see what I'm saying? But that's what happened. They tried to kill us. On purpose, they're standing right there. All the trucks and the cars and all the money you spend and all that shit, well, they're all there. And none of them are saying, don't go this way towards 75, because you might die. Which I'm telling you, I was watching cars float away and stuff. In real time, watching them on the road. So that's what I have to say about FEMA and the government and whatever. I don't see any value. The only thing the government does is just one thing. They enslave you to the bankers, right? The bank never signs a document. They never sign anything. It's slavery straight up. That's the only thing the USA is here for, is to make you a slave of the bankers who worship the devil. Period. So that's why I started a church. They have told me to my face they worship the devil. Yeah. Anyway, let's go through a little bit more of this about the trust. Jesus Christ Trust is a non-denominational church and ministry school dedicated to the spiritual progress of each individual towards the realization of Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ Ministry School teaches the service of Jesus Christ to be ordained ministers who follow the teachings of Jesus Christ from the New Testament of the Bible. Jesus Christ Trust has regularly scheduled online services on Sundays at noon Eastern Time. All are welcome to attend. We haven't started that yet, but that's one thing that we're going to do. And I'm going to go through a few more of these pages here real quick. I'm going to get to what you're writing and so on. And then, because I want to cover this so you have the information. And just because I don't want to do this, I'm going to go back to doing like the Trust Crash Course because it's Liberty Academy, right? But I have a new YouTube channel for the school and so on. I'm going to go through all that, all right? Okay, so right now we only have a couple courses here, okay? But I know people need this, the debt forgiveness stuff. It used to be $9.97 on Liberty Aid Academy because it included my time and email support. We won't be giving my time or email support with this. There's an online classroom, a forum, private forum. We'll get you your answers. That, and it won't take up much of our time so we'll knock the price down because you don't need as much of my team's support. You just get my support in the forum, okay? So you could get that right away. You get in the forum, really great deal. I'll help you out, okay? That's up currently, right there. And the inner circle, I moved that over here too. So if you were to hit, this is the classroom, it's free. It comes with whatever donation above $50 you make. At a course, it comes with it. All right. The CAG Mastery Bundle, if you were to click this, it brings you back to Liberty Aid Academy. Same with the advising sessions. It'll bring you back to, it'll forward you to Liberty Aid Academy, okay? So that's what we got going on. I'm going to be building out the ministry course the way I've done other courses in the past. It'll be a monthly thing that you could be a part of. And that's what I'm going to do as far as the ministry course. I'm also going to add gatherings here. I'm going to have a gathering in India. People could, I'll say where it's going to be and so on, and people could go there. It's going to be at the Meher Baba Center. Meher Baba means compassionate Father. Jesus Christ is the Son. Meher Baba is the Father. Gabriel is the Holy Spirit. And so if you go and touch that tomb of Meher Baba, you get judged as I did. And so you don't have to wait for Judgment Day to receive your judgment. And if you want to be empowered as a servant of Christ, you are given to you, not to me, right? You will have an experience with God when you touch that tomb. I have witnessed it. And anyone that I have brought there, and I've experienced it myself. So when you touch it, you will be judged and given your spiritual purpose and abilities, power, sachin, and honor. You'll be giving them all. You'll be walking around like you never have bliss like that. You'll never experience anything like what you will experience of bliss. It won't happen, right? It's not possible. So that's what will happen, and you will receive judgment. Plus, I'll be there. I'll help support you in the process, answer your questions, and I'll be getting that up. Okay, so those things there. Let's see. We have over here the area where you could donate. If you know you want to help, if you think I've helped over the past decade, and I know I've helped a lot of people. So far, Roxy, I did receive one donation, so thank you, Roxy. But I think if you search yourself, have I helped you individually more? You know, I mean, this family, this you know team that has supported you through your processes definitely could use some support if you have it. I understand you don't. God provides. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to put anything heavy on you or nothing like that. I'm just saying that's the situation. I don't, you know, read Acts 5, okay, in the Bible and see about that. All right. Testimonials from Liberty Aid Academy and so on. The more controversial ones that I could have put up on Liberty Aid Academy, the ones we have, the proof of all the crazy great stuff and the miracles, free homes, all the kind of stuff and the death stuff. All them testimonials are there. And this is how you get in touch, okay? Contact at, you can write us an email. It's the same thing. Contact at JesusChristTrust.net. Okay. Now let me show you one other thing. This is the new YouTube channel. Okay, Jesus Christ Trust. Right now, I just today I put up 4 descriptions of the courses. That's all I've done so far. But this is where I'm going to be putting my, say, more controversial work. Okay. Stuff I'm afraid to get shut down and put up over there on Liberty Aid Academy. I'll put it all up here. So that's why I really need a church, to speak the truth. Because a lot of this is we're in a religious war. If you see your life any other way, you're not seeing reality. So actually everything, I could talk about everything under a church, and I can't talk about everything under, Liberty Aid Academy. But Liberty Aid Academy has just, it's perfect information. You can't go wrong there ever. But I know my work has expanded, and I know other people that have been doing my work for years need this spiritual information. Because this is now. See, Liberty Aid Academy has been a spiritual and financial technology company, right? And now we're moving over the spiritual technology and some of the financial technology, but the spiritual technology for sure we're moving that information to Jesus Christ Trust to develop it more, through me delivering the truth to you and your actions, and the way the classroom, that forum's exploding with information and outcomes and great stuff from everybody doing the work in that private forum and sharing and all that stuff. That's what's going to happen over here. Plus, let me go through a little bit. Can you see me? I haven't looked in a bit. Yeah, okay. Let me just look at my notes here, because I wanna first of all, I'm sorry I'm not reading all this stuff or anything. I'm gonna try and get to it. I may not tonight, but anyone that has, I'm gonna tell my team this, okay? Anyone that has ever gotten my debt forgiveness, whatever it's called, like Debt Savior, Accounting 101, whatever it's been called, if you've ever gotten it in the last decade and ever gave any donation amount, okay, if you ever did it, you could send us a receipt and we will give you 50% off of it. Okay, 50% off will cost you $250, okay, to get the debt forgiveness information. All right, and the back, you'll get my assistance on the forum and everything else that's going on. So, but I want to make sure that we get back into this debt work. Whoever's into this, whoever's like, I think for $250, the classroom and the forum, getting on there and share with me and others, I think that alone is worth $250. The information you're going to get is current. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to put even more current information up once we get into into the private forum, into the classroom. So 50% off if you send a receipt, email a receipt to contact@libertygateacademy.org. I'm sorry, contact at jesuschristtrust.net, right? You send us, if there, uh, send us an email and be like, hey, here's my receipt. I got your debt stuff before. I want to make a donation of 250 and get it in and get in the forum and all that stuff. 50% discount. Anyone in the past, we're gonna give this to you, okay? I don't know how long we're gonna keep that going, but look, I want everyone to be able to get in here, okay? Uh, you know, everyone. I don't want to make it affordable because I know people in the facing these debt issues, man, it's real. But it's stuff really. Go look at the testimonials on our website at Liberty Aid Academy. And stuff works, okay? So 50% off, all right? Just email on a receipt. What else have I got here? Great. I actually covered my notes for this. So, um, that's everything I wanted to bring up. Fantastic. Can more than one trust exist with the exact same name? Yes, George. It's just you have to get an EIN for it. There can't be too many, and they limit the EINs they give out. They're like, oh, can't get an EIN. That's what happens. Because they have separate EINs, is why you could have a different one. See the address. They have to have like really separate states and separate addresses and stuff like that, so nobody makes a error thinking one trust is another trust, separate EIN and so on. But they sort of have an internal number how many they'll give out of the exact same name. Some people have been limited. Like some people like, oh, Jack did Christian Ministries Trust, so a whole bunch of people did it. They didn't give out any more EINs for Christian Ministries Trust. You see? So, for example, love the new website. Thank you, Alex. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Going to make the Jesus Christ good Lord Almighty Trust. All right? Lord Almighty Trust. I like that. The EIN is where they stop you. Exactly, Kelly. That's right. Correct, correct. I'm good. And so, if you're not given an EIN, that's the only reason people aren't given an EIN. And I maybe I want to say I've heard of someone being denied once. I don't know if it's happened twice, but I heard in an email about it once. Only. Maybe twice. It's been several years since it happened because it only happened right like in 2016 or 2017. They're like, oh, look at his name. You know what I mean? And so they like copied it. And so they got blocked. And so now it's like, it hasn't happened after that. You see? So, you can't find Jesus Christ Trust on YouTube. Well, that's such. That's right. We're gonna get it out in email and stuff like that. Look for that. Not shocking, right? I mean, he's big. But okay, I will. We'll send out an email and a link or something. I'll create. I'll send out a Liberty Aid Academy, like a new video or something like that from that I'll make, and that way you can click on that and get into the channel. We'll do it that way, okay? Oh boy, thank you for looking, Kelly. Letting me know. Uh, Jesus was an ascetic. That's true. That's right. I don't. If I'll let you know too. Come right before Judgment Day. I'm limited. There is a physical with physical beings, spiritual hierarchy, and there's one above me. Physical being. He said you can't do it. You can't take a building with his name on it. He won't allow me to do it right now. Because why? Because other people could become a saint right now by doing it. You see? And I'm trying to get people to heaven. That's my one true goal. So if I do it, I win the game. You see, I've broken so much trail. Nobody's performed other miracles than the ones I've already performed. You see what I'm saying? I just like, and that's what you have to do if you wanna go all the way with God. You look around at your brothers and sisters, and you see you have the same predicament, and you try and you're there, and you're part of the slavery by doing what you need to do, a miracle with God's help, and save the proof, and then you can help your fellow beings, right? That's how you can do it. By miracles. You can't do it another way. So you have to look around like, what do they need? You see what I'm saying? Well, what has to happen? And then you work through how this could happen, and you go act upon it. And you save the proof until you know, hone that blade until it's a razor's edge, like the Upanishads, right? And you just cut everything with it. With his name, I'll tell you that all power comes from the name Jesus Christ. It all flows from that point forward. So if you could use that point forward to do anything against these creatures, they're here to lose, and you're here to beat them. If you haven't gone about beating them, let me just put it just like this, all right? If the devil hasn't showed up in physical form next to you and made you a financial offer for your soul, right, to get it back, it already has it. You see what I'm saying? So if it doesn't make you financial, to what? Get it back, right? Then you have a one. You see, that's notice. You get the devil notifies you, like, hey, here's the offer. Come back. They just make it. It just makes it like an offer, like that's the money, and then you're. But you got to think it through, right? You're not on their team anymore if he's got to make you an offer. You see, so if and see, God elevates you with grace, and the devil gives you notification that you're out of here. You see, you won the game. So if you haven't received that seated physically next to you, standing physically in front of you, offer from a physical human, offering money from for your soul, you haven't met with the devil, you will reincarnate. You see, so your actions performing miracles to help others have to get you to that place to, where God elevates you by grace, and the devil makes you your offer, then you know you won your game. If you don't receive those interactions, you haven't won the game, you haven't won your soul, you haven't won yet. You see what I'm saying? You haven't won. And so you need to do that so you don't reincarnate. That's what I'm gonna, I'm here to save souls. Like, I don't want you to go to hell. You're my people. You know what I mean? Like, anyone listening to the truth is, so you don't deserve to go to hell. So I want to make absolutely, clearly sure I give you the exact details of what you need, so you get elevated, pushed up. Devil's like, oh, hey, listen, and people don't see it for what it is. It happened to somebody recently, actually, who was doing this work, and he got offered. He works at the phone company, and he got offered to be a private lender, a banker. Come on, and he rang me, hey man, I'm changing jobs. Da, 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 da. I was like, you don't see that for what the fuck it is? I mean, sorry, you don't see that for what it is. You know what I mean? I had to be like, all bankers go to hell. All humans. If you have lent money to your neighbor, to your family, or whatever, you're going to burn in hell. You have to forgive your debts. Never lend money. Give money. Yes, someone needs money or something, you have some money. Give money. Never lend money or you burn in hell. Period. Period. Don't matter if it was $1. Never lend anything. Don't lend. Give. You see what I'm saying? That's what Jesus said. Oh, somebody asks you for a shirt, you like, here's my shirt. No, I don't need it back. You see what I'm saying? Don't lend. Don't do it. Or your karma's going to be in trouble. You see what I'm saying? So I need to help these rules are actually simple in their application, and all of them are righteous, right? We're the righteous. And so it's just, you've all had these experiences of being, honest and truthful and working with the trust and so on. So you know what it is, but I'm going to hone it down to the basic principles so that you can never be undone by the other team anymore. Because that's their job, is to try and undo us, get us back to the devil until they can't do it anymore. You see, that's the game. They're all here for that reason. Keep us with the devil, but what is the final outcome? See, God made this game. The devil is our adversary. God don't have no adversary. What are you talking about? He's the one that made this game where we got to win our soul. You see what I'm saying? Is watch it, making sure everything's fair. That's why we're in a 64-year time loop, because it would be unfair if we all had to do something different. Come on, God is absolutely fair. The law of Dharma, right? Common law, right? Do unto others as you would have done unto you. Or what? Karma bites you in the ass, so you go to hell, etc. Heaven is not our destination either, right? We're supposed to get Christ consciousness and be one with God. That's our actual goal, not duality of heaven and hell. We need to leave that duality as well. You see? Thank you, Kelly. You're so sweet. Jay in the house. All right. So I don't want to go into this too much. We're building it. It's just started. You could donate. You could get in and get the death stuff, okay? Or the inner circle. All right, but we're going to build this out, all right? It's going to take time. I promised I would do it in a couple months. I got it done despite the hurricane. Uh, I mean, my team, I love them. No one's dedicated more of their life to this work than my team has, except for myself, right? Literally, they do this every day. They're behind the scenes. They're like, no, you like I'm the front guy and all that, right? But we wouldn't be helping you. I wouldn't be helping you without their help. You know what I'm saying? So I really couldn't. Man, this is. There were so many comments I couldn't even go into them all. I love the feedback. I'm sorry I could. I wanted to give a really good. Make sure I got every detail of this church is happening and so on, and let you know what's going on. It because my goal is to help people, and without the death stuff I can't help so many people, but now I can. And my goal is to knock that demon out of you and get God in you. That ultimately, then you're free. You don't have to reincarnate. They are powerless over you. You live a happy life. Your family is happy. Even in a hurricane, it's like the hurricane happens around you. You know what I mean? The school shooting and all the fake stuff is right next to you or whatever. But you're like, it's like like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I think that was in there. Where they go to the End of the World cafe, where every night they redo the End of the World. You can watch it from your seat and watch the End of the World. Yeah, that's actually what's happening, right? It's more than one night, though. But yeah, the game remains the same. It's never going to change. Dee Dee, my dad led money to everyone. Before he died, became the art. Oh my God! He told everyone he forgave them. Yes, he said Jesus Christ has said, let that all go. Oh man, he did it right at the end, huh? Good for him. I'm gonna say let's let Dee Dee's father go to heaven for forgiving his lending. Jesus is all merciful. Look at me, right? He made me a saint. What? This dude. You see what I'm saying? All merciful. Waits for the absolute finish line. If you could do it 1 second before you die. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I knew you'd make it. Come to me. All merciful. That's part of the part that drives me. I didn't know this whole game was going on. I didn't know. And then he picks me. You know, uh, I just try to do my best. Because I'll never measure up. I'll never measure up. I got to go see Jesus Christ again and be like, look, I did my best. And, it's a joke. compared to what like Jesus did, right? With the same information, he did, you know, set everyone free. I'm barely getting a handful here, you know? So I'm going to go at this church as hard as I can and do the best I can because I have to kneel in front of Jesus again at, you know, on my hour. And I don't want him looking, I cannot look at that face again and be like, I didn't do my best because I already know I never measure up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing my best. And, you know, really with people's help, like this whole thing, people are doing this and added in the classroom. Hey, I was able to do this and that. That's why I want to create a community, a church, you know, community, an organization where, you know, there's no, there's no hierarchy, nothing like that. No, of course not. We're all captives. I may make a captain joke about the captives, but that's a joke, right? We're all the same. We're all under the same exact dome, the same exact game, the same exact problem. My problems are no different than yours. My spiritual problems. They're all the same. You see what I'm saying? Remove the individual script and the laws and the rules and the problems. Ours are the same. So I just want to get you that information so you can use it as best as you can and have the success that I have had. I mean, this life has zero purpose without God. There is no purpose in life. What, you get money or, you know, partner. I mean, this is just this. I would kill myself instantly if there was no God. I really would. I would like get me out of this hellhole. I would like fuck life. I have a gun in my mouth right now. Watch me go live. I like bloom. See you later. No, but we don't have to do that because it's all an appointed, prearranged game where we can win. And God's just, you know, cheered us on. You can do this. You got this. Come on. It's waiting on the sidelines of the same game. You know, can you make it out this reincarnation? My goal is you can. And I'm here to help you. That's what this church is about. Okay? All right. Uh, anyway, you agree with Jack Kelly. Thank you. That's so. Listen, I'm gonna do my best to get this information out so you can get to the YouTube channel and all this stuff. That's the overview. That's what's coming with it. Uh, I thank you for your time and attention tonight. I'm sorry I didn't get to all the comments, but I really like that as a community you're talking with each other and everything like that. That's what I want to create is us working together, you know, with someone like that. So, and it's been going well these last couple of years. The classroom and that forum kind of created it and it's starting to blossom now. So let's keep it up. Thank you for your story, your information. I'm sorry I didn't get to everyone's, but Dee Dee, I'm really happy that your father came to understand, you know, said the words and got out of, you know, the pain of having the karma about lending, right? Thank God he got out of that. Everyone, please do the same, right? You'll elevate immediately. You will. Okay. Uh, everyone, I'm gonna end this, and we're gonna start using that other channel. This once people get there and show up, and it gets found over YouTube, we'll be doing more of the spiritual live talk and stuff like that over there. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the financial stuff and everything Thursday at 7. I appreciate everyone who's come here. It wasn't why is he all talking about this spiritual stuff? Thank you for your patience. I'll be back with the trust crash course next week. All right. Thank you all. Thank you, George, for understanding exactly what we're up to here and helping filling everyone else in on what's going on. And thank you, everyone, for coming. Here we go. Right, it's time for them to lose. So let's have a decade of them losing. Eh? All right, and us being happy. Right. Let's let our God step in and deploy happiness to all in the name of Jesus Christ. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.